Kubor nakaslem jong unongsan Hima.
Kay Icfai University, Meghalaya, kabala senghos nem arajar san, kalapan niya katanat Jingpule, jong katay ka skol ba, hagaba kalapan mi saya ka MA Khasi, bad ka Master of Social Work. Hagatay ka singi u Dr. Wanway Roy Karluki, ubalong u MP jong karaja sabha, ulalong kum ukong san, katba kay Dr. Amperin Lingdo, kalalong kum kasimbut kong san, kabalalong ha ka arpaw tarik ubanay jemang arajar arpaw hasilong klam. Kabala ay ka jingkren priang sngoba ha katay ka singi kalong ka Dr. Indrani B. Bhuyan, kabaday ka registrar, katba ka Dr. Alisha Gatpo, kabaday ka Vice Chancellor jong katay ka skolba, kala ay jingkren kaba kambanya, halor kitay ki program ki bapen mi thamay. Haba ay jingkren kum ukong san ha katay ka singi u Dr. Wanway Roy Karluki, ulong ba ka jingbam yo rung jong ka ktien Khasi ha ka kernet bapra jong ka riti sensyar kari India, wat haba ula dep bandra ya katay ka man hapo ka parliament, bad wat haba ka jilla kalayo ya ka jilla bapuraru, henry ka klem shem ladon ya ka ktien ladia, bad ka klem pat shem la yo satya ya ka jingithu da ka sarkar India. U Dr. Karluki ulay thu baway professor ubala syong thaj ulaong baka daw baka ktien Khasi kamyo bandrung ha ka kernet ka bapra kaday namar baka ktien Khasi ka duna ya ka jingshon bat ka jingpenmi ya ki jingwat bnya ha ka ktien Khasi na kaliang ka vice chancellor kalaong baka daw baka tiga skol ba kala penyar ya ka tiga skol ba ha ka Jingpule ya ka Master of Arts kalong namar ban prindius pa ya ka ktien Khasi bat ban kentiu ya ka khamsha jrong ha ka babuan kiliang jong ka Jingpule.
Please help the differently abled students who get lost in those huge institutions like St. Anthony's, St. Edmunds, St. Mary's. I presume if Icfai does focus on education for the differently able, you would be doing this community a lot of good. I know that today we are launching these two master programs, the PG courses. I agree with Ma'am Alicia. It is about time that the people of Meghalaya codify their own culture, their own literature, their own customs and practices. It is alarming to know that till date, the codification of all that is Khasi, Garo and Jaintia has not yet begun because we do not have institutions that are now willing to partner with the authorities in the state of Meghalaya. The district autonomous councils are in need of scholars who will help codify the systems that are inherent and have passed the test of time. So here is something which I'm sure if students in the program, the master's program in Khasi, pick any one district council for the codification of the system of self-governance, I think the population of Meghalaya in general will benefit substantially. I feel that as we launch ourselves into this new era of education, where online information is far more valuable than offline education, this is the challenge that is there before us. We must ensure that students can still access quality guidance from faculty in institutions that remain offline in the state of Meghalaya. Henceforth, if there's anything that we as legislatures can do to help this institution strengthen itself, please do not hesitate, ma'am. We are here. You will have to go through a lot of changes. Your off-campus center in Shillong, true, is located in my constituency. We need now to see whether you have codified and automated your libraries. We have to see whether your students who are staying in any distant or remote place in the state of Meghalaya have access to this kind of information that is necessary for submission of dissertations. I will never forget the days where I did my PhD in the Northeastern Hill University. It was the most challenging period of education in my life. I cannot imagine that we literally had to search and to spend a lot of time looking for information to help us ensure that our thesis was correct, our thesis was full of matter, our thesis was worthy. I went through that phase in my life, and I will be so happy if Icfai could lessen the burden of scholars going and pursuing for higher and technical education.
In your study of the Khasi language, a change in which I think we will, and not only that, and me myself to be blamed, and I think the Vice Chancellor herself to be blamed. We have done our, our PhD in history. But I think if that same, research works of ours is, translated into about the, the Khasi quality. Yes, it's very interesting. During my research, I find that the Khasi quality, which I'm doing, of course, I concentrate in the eastern part of this, it starts with the family. And then slowly we have the village, ultimately we have the same and the kingdom. Well, another thing which I find out is that it seems that people in the rest of the country, I'm not speaking of the world, in the rest of the country, they don't seem to know us here in Meghalaya, either the Khasi, the Garos or the Jainkes. While if you look, in one of my seminar which I present in ICSSR, Indian Council of Social Scientific Research, I proudly say that in my research work, I found out that, democracy is not only a Greek concept. If you go through our system, you'll find that democracy is our concept also. But we have a different concept of democracy. So this is the thing which people should know. If you talk of the, empowerment of women, I think we are far ahead of other people in the country. If you talk of environment protection, I think we're far ahead if you look at the local tongue and all this. But the only thing is the world don't know about us. So the only thing is I would request students through your research, let the world know that here is civilization. And in one of the seminars in Simla in 1972, that our existence here date way back to 3rd century BC. You can just imagine. So this is a thing, and well, once again before I issue my seat, again I request the students who are doing their master in Khasi that your goal is not only to complete your master but do your research, so that there are a lot of scope in research in these areas of ours. There's a lot of scope.
Want to highlight regarding the importance of the language of the Khasi as well. So coming to the structure of the present courses, we have different courses in UGs. We have 8 courses. Out of these 8 courses, one course is following the CBCS, that is Choice-Based Credit System, that is BCA. Apart from these, we have PG programs, MBA, MCOM, MTTM, MCA, which is following the CBCS, and then we have MA Education, MA English, MA Political Science, MA Garo. And then with the induction of these new courses also, they will be following the new CBCS pattern. Apart from these courses, I would just like to highlight, I've already mentioned regarding the dissertations, management thesis. Apart from these courses, the students have to go through internships after every second semester. They have to go through the internship for the management courses. But for the conventional courses, we have the dissertations, and then apart from these, we have many other projects, life project, presentation skills, soft skills, communication skills, and the placement assistant. Talking about the new courses, the objective of this MSW, this will help in the students to specialize their careers in the social worker or to develop the professional identity of the student. And when we talk about the job prospect, we know that MSW is having a huge scope, not only in the hospitals, nursing homes, but in other sectors as well, like the rehabilitation centers, substance abuse areas like prisons. This is, we can say that it has really affected the community with this substance abuse in today's generation.
And Professor Mitchell dedicated months together. It's not a one day or a week. Months together. We sat, we met, we thought about the program. How would it help us? Not merely for the language. And thank you, Professor Mitchell, for your hard work, dedication to make the course structure a success, and it's what it is today. Now, I'll come to what I'm supposed to speak here regarding the programs. Now, we are launching two new postgraduate programs, that is Masters in Khasi and Masters in Social Work. Now, the reason why we are launching Masters in Khasi is that we need to enrich our own Khasi literature. We need to enrich it. Now, merely that we talk about it only does not. It will not materialize what our vision would be to enrich it. We have to act. So we decided that we will start the Department of Khasi, but the Department of Khasi that we are starting from the next academic session, August this year, it is a department that would not be limited only to language and literature. It would be encompassing, because we want to enrich not only the language and literature, but also we have to encompass the Khasi polity, the Khasi economy, everything. The students, they would have a dissertation. I think it is a 6-credit dissertation. And that dissertation, the students will have to have it. It should be in original. It's not merely that it would be a copy-paste, because it is in our Khasi language. It would be original. So what we want is that all oral literature be translated into written literature. You never know, if we don't take it up now, after the next 2-3 generations, it would be difficult for us even to get the oral literature.
To this being here, this event. And also I'd like to say a special thank you to our Registrar, Madam Dr. Icfai, for again being very cooperative and very helpful and for always guiding us. Madam V.S. Sangma, our former dean and currently our advisor. She's alongside with us, has come all the way from Tura. She's always been with us and has again always been very supportive of the university and all the activities. Sir Momin, for being with us today and for guiding us and the Tura campus. Madam Dr. A. Lindo, thank you so very much for being with us and being supportive to our university, and your words of encouragement. All of that, it will play a very huge role in our future now. Sir, I'd like to say a very special thank you to our respectable chief guest. Thank you so very much for gracing us at this event. Despite your busy schedule, you're able to actually just take time and spare a few hours to be alongside with us. And your words of wisdom and advice will surely go a long way in building our university. I'd like to say a special thank you to Dr. B.D. Kadi, Deputy Director, and former NSS and even Party also. It is very much our hearts are enlightened and our spirits are lifted when we see that, despite your very busy schedule. You already told me that there are meetings and all of that, but you still made time, so thank you so very much for being with us. I'd like to express our gratitude to all the principals and the representatives of the other colleges for being with us here at this event. I'd like to say thank you to the faculty members also for actually helping out with this event, and all the staff members, the friends from the media for giving us this coverage, and all the student volunteers who have been here and helping us ever since the morning. So with these very few words, I would just like to say thank you again to all of you, and I would also like to just extend an invitation to join us for